What's up? What's up?
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of Hori Blade. This is Yons. I don't know why I be doing that, but it's horrible decisions, y'all.
I don't either, bitch.
Because I be trying to do the little accent. I don't know what accent it is, but whatever.
I don't know.
Y'all. This your girl, Mandii B, a.k.a. Dat Bitch, a.k.a. You know, that's it. That's it. I'm dropping Pet the Stallion, bitch. And I told you before, I'm dropping it again. So I'm just that bitch. What's up?
You're dropping your strap? Where is it?
It's in the closet. It's in the closet. I am retiring the strap. I'm not
What? Bitch, shut up.
What? It is. I'm retiring it.
Which athlete came back to play a sport that was gone?
This is what we gonna do?
I don't know them, man.
Michael Jordan.
Okay, well, maybe.
You ain't know Michael Jordan, bitch?
I didn't know if he went, took a break.
He did. He left, took a break, went and played baseball, then came back to basketball. So right now, I'm playing baseball, bitch.
Okay.
A bitch is playing baseball, but I may not return to basketball. You know what I mean?
Well.
I don't know.
I feel like your man's old enough to where, like, right when he hits 50, he'd be like, all right, you can fuck me in the ass. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. I only got 3 more years. So,
see?
I'll be playing baseball for 3 years then. Catching
Hi,
other
guys.
balls.
I'm Weezy. If you've never heard this show, Peg is here. She's still here. It's she's wearing a mask. But we have somebody with us from a very special podcast called Inner Hoe Uprising. I remember when we first started our show.
Yes.
We had heard about it because there wasn't really another black sex pod in New York. Right?
No, not at that time.
No. So definitely our OGs. I love Inner Hoe Uprising because I really feel like it's a tightened up horrible decision.
What is a tightened up horrible decision?
Like even the way that they start Inner Hoe
Uprising. They pussy tighter or what? What we talking about?
I didn't say all that because I'm not sure. But what I will say is,
like, can you explain what is a tighter?
You know when you listen to like
me, I ain't say that shit.
No. Okay, well, Rob doesn't do it, but like Sam be like, welcome to Inner Hoe Uprising, where we are telling you about da-da-da-da-da. My pronouns are she, her, and we are back for da-da-da-da. It's like a good newscastery hoe. You know what I'm saying?
A newscastery hoe.
But we be starting this show dumb, but I like it.
Speak for yourself.
You be starting this show dumb.
We ain't dumb, bitch. This is an educational
I didn't say we're dumb. I said the start of the show be dumb.
It ain't dumb. Welcome to Horrible Decisions.
Is it dumb, Rob?
It's not dumb.
You know what I mean? We say horrible decisions, then introduce ourselves, then that's it.
Well, let me try to do it more
you
eloquently.
A he, you a she, her. I'm a he, she, her. Yeah, that's it. What we gotta say?
You know what?
She eat coochie. Sometimes I do. We both suck dick. Is that how we need to introduce? Hey guys, we suck dick and lick pussy. What's up?
I kind of like that.
Oh my God.
That's pretty fun.
Okay, so let's introduce Rob.
So Rob is one of the hosts on Inner Hoe Uprising. Rob, I haven't met you before, and I know Sam like kind of rotates co-hosts. Can you tell us about Inner Hoe Uprising? How you got started on there?
So, Inner Hoe Uprising, it's a podcast about sex, love, and dating from the perspective of 4 Black queer feminists.
Yes.
We're all very gay. We're all very open. Like, a couple of them are non-monogamous. I am monogamous.
That doesn't sound like fun.
I mean, I'm chilling. I have the time. I'm single, so
okay.
I just choose to date one person at a time.
Okay.
But
capacity.
Yeah, you know, my brain is little smooth, it's tired, so I don't want to get too crazy, but we're educational, but we're fun. And the way we got started, Sam had the podcast initially with another host, and when that host left, she kind of did like competition between different people who wanted the spot, and she ended up choosing me, Rebecca, and Akua, so we could all be hosts. And it works out better.
So we could all be hosts.
Yeah, I mean, we out here. We all like pretty busy.
So it was like Hunger Games though? Like,
yeah,
how many people did y'all beat up?
I have no idea. I was just one of many niggas. But I was one of the niggas who made it. You know what I'm saying? I'm here on top. And we're all like super busy. So like Sam, her life is podcasting. My life is like a billion different things. So it works out that I'm not like glued to podcasting. Okay. We're all doing it at different times.
You could just be put your input in when needed.
Yeah. I'm like a hoe once a week.
Damn.
That's not a lot.
That's not a lot at all.
I mean,
a hoe once a month, you just got worse.
It's like HOEST though, like a host.
Oh,
I'm a hoe 24/7. What do you mean?
She said I'm a hoe.
We gotta steal that shit.
I said I'm a hoe, but I'm just a hoe.
When we say my co-ho, We do be saying
coho.
Yeah, we say
you
coho.
feel me? Okay.
So Rob, tell us. I want to know. Whoever wrote me from Inner Hoe, I think it may have been Sam.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "Rob is they them," and I wanted to know your sexual orientation and how. Yeah, well, what is it?
Okay,
so y'all be saying demi pan.
So first, with the they them, that's my gender identity, right?
Right.
So I'm a non-binary person, agender. I don't identify as a woman, as a man, but that's separate, of course, from my sexual orientation.
I call that gender fluid. Is that different?
I mean, of course, with anything, the language is kind of what you make it. Like
right.
Gender in general is a binary spectrum. Usually,
so you're gender non-conforming.
Yes,
which means you don't conform with.
We ain't done, bitch. Come on,
I told you, bitch.
You know I ain't finished college.
Non-conforming, a big word.
Yeah, like because I mean, if you, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, right? Like I'm not a smash the anything kind of person because I feel like, you know, if that's who you are, be who you are, be happy with who you are. Yeah. I just wasn't like that. I was not born like that.
Agender. Mm-hmm. What's agender?
This means no gender.
Oh,
like asexual.
Oh, got
sexual,
it. Like not
anything that prefix is like no, non. So I just don't prescribe to any specific gender.
Okay. I'm confused as fuck over here. I ain't even gonna hold you because asexual, I get it. You choose not to have sex, but agender.
I mean, but it's not necessarily a choice. If you're asexual, like that's who you are, right? Like how you are bisexual, pansexual.
But
so
it's
fair,
like that's
because
how
you're
you know
saying
that's
like
how you
abstinent
are.
is a choice.
Yeah, like asexual is like bisexual.
Actually, you know what? I think this would be cool to skip into the whole facts. I brought a glossary up, and I think it'd be good if we break it down together with the help of Rob, because I don't say choice because to me, I agree. It's not. I don't think you necessarily, like if you're asexual, you don't feel it to fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You don't, right. But agender.
I never chose not to be a woman or a man. I have a pussy, but a pussy is not what makes you a woman. So I never it wasn't like I was like, okay, cool. You know what? I don't want to be a man. I don't want to be a woman. I don't want to prescribe to these roles. I just never did.
See, and to me, when I think of all of this, I break it down to male and female. But man and woman, to me, yes, a pussy does mean woman because when we have the conversation...
Female, you mean?
No. I'm saying female and male is yes. To me, those are genders that you don't have to identify with or that you do because of your organs. But one moment, I'm talking about when she said, I don't identify... Like, having a pussy doesn't make you a woman.
They.
Right, but
no,
even
my
when
pronouns are they.
Oh, they. Sorry. Even when we speak to trans women... the argument is that they identify as women, despite, I don't know.
So you said the opposite of what you meant.
That's
Female
what I meant.
And male, right?
Right.
Sexual, like that's described by your sexual organs, your genitals.
Right.
When you said a woman, you feel like a woman. You don't like saying that you need to have a pussy to be a woman. No.
Okay. Yeah.
That would be saying that the women we've interviewed, Jamie, Paris, Hope Disguise, aren't women, which isn't true.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
It makes sense.
I'm gonna listen. I don't know. I guess this conversation, and I know that we've been having this conversation for now 4 years. I just do still want to make it very clear that we're both not experts, but I'm still trying to understand and learn my way around the words and identification and what we can say we are in regards to non-science. I don't fucking know. Go ahead, read what you have on your list. I'm trying to figure it out. And again, without being disrespectful either, but I too still don't understand. So explain it to me more so I can understand. I think what you described
initially, Rob, when you said you didn't prescribe to any gender, when I was younger, I'd call that androgyny. When I felt like I couldn't understand, like, people I was meeting, like, I ain't giving me girl, they ain't giving me dude. Like, what is this? What am I feeling from this?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
And
like,
no one really uses that word much anymore.
No, because now you have gender non-conforming, so people can understand. And I think it's funny because it's made it more difficult for, I'd say, everyone, right? Including you. Making sure that we're being respectful of people's pronouns, who they are, what gender they'd like to be referred to as, et cetera, if any. And for these people that fall into this box, it's a lot more comfortable, right? Because androgynous may not be how you felt you were. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so now it's like they're more comfortable. They're happy because they're finding their place. There's different terms, whatever. But for the rest of everyone else, it's like, well, I don't get it. And I think that's what makes it so frustrating.
It's super frustrating because, I think a lot of people, even when I was just corrected, please correct me every time I do something wrong, because the same way if someone fucks up your name, you want them to know your name the right way. Don't just name me whatever you want to name me. But again, yes, it is frustrating for those of us that do want to be respectful, but still don't have quite the understanding of what it means, essentially. So you do have a list. This is actually facts.
Just sexual orientation.
Okay, cool.
So I thought we could walk through this because when I was listening to Inner Hoe Uprising, someone on your show is demisexual. And I was like, let me look this shit up because I've been saying pan. Okay, so hetero, people that are romantically and physically attracted to members of the opposite sex. Homosexual, which females that are attracted to other females. Lesbian, men that are attracted to men. Gay. Bisexual, which...
Don't just go over it because there's people that may just be listening to us for the first time. Make sure you read.
Well, those two I feel like we all really know. The rest I want to dig into a little more.
Okay.
Bisexual, people that are romantically and physically attracted to members of both sexes, which is why pansexual is interesting. So pansexual is attracted to people regardless of gender, right? So bisexual is strictly male-female when you're putting that blanket term over it. Asexual are people who may not be interested in sex, but they feel emotionally close to other people, i.e. being able to have relationships with others. I've mentioned a few friends I've had that haven't had sex with partners, but they're like living together. Now, this one I thought was cool. I don't know if you've heard of it, Rob. Gray asexuality. Have you heard of that?
Not really, no.
So this is the spectrum between asexuality and sexuality. Individuals who identify with gray asexuality, a gray A, basically referred to as the umbrella of everything else, which is then pansexuality and demisexuality and panoramic demisexuality. Nigga, I know. This is why it's LGBTQIA+. Pansexuality is the sexual attraction, regardless of gender, while being panoromantic is having the ability to feel romantic attraction, regardless of gender. So pansexuality I thought was interesting because I think that's kind of when people will meet, maybe actually for men, I've met men that will have sex with trans women, but they'll just be like, I'm not ready for a relationship with them. So apparently that could be pan because you're sexually attracted to whoever, but pan-romantic.
No, I wouldn't use that example though. I know straight people who identify as being straight sexually that still have sex with trans women.
That they identify as straight.
And they still identify as straight. So I wouldn't identify them as pan just because they have sex with trans women and women.
Fair. I think it's however someone chooses to label themselves. But
right.
I mean, for that, when I read pan romantic, I was like, oh shit. So if you like basically
that's like me with women. I will have sex with women, but I wouldn't be with one.
That'd be more like bisexual. You'd be
because
bisexual. You have also biromantic, people who can be emotionally attracted to the same sex, right? Because I'm I panromantic, whatever. Look, I date people and I love people and I have sex with people, and I don't have any qualms with anybody, any gender. I fall in love with anybody who I feel like falling in love with. But you have people who date people of the same sex who they can have sex with them and have a sexual relationship with them, but they don't necessarily feel emotionally connected in a romantic way. Like they wouldn't date them. They don't see a future with them.
And I guess that's why it's like this pansexuality, bisexuality. And then you have the biromantic. So I'm a
romantic. Oh, so I guess, that makes sense. That's how I would explain it, especially for like I said, I know men who identify as straight, of course, in the open, but have experimented or done things. And I think even the experimentation, we immediately want to put a label onto someone as bisexual or gay even. If they've even experimented. So I like this idea.
Well, people do that to men all the time. With girls, if you had sex with a bitch one time, they're like, nah, you straight, but you ate pussy that one time.
Right.
But for men, they be like,
you
gay.
You gay. No, so I like the idea of separating the two.
Like I said, I wanted to look up because of Inner Hoe Uprising. The sexual attraction to only people whom with the demisexual person has strong emotional ties. So, bitch, I think I'm a demi-more pan-romantic bitch. Because I'm an emo hoe.
Okay.
Demisexual, I felt like that was like, you be crying over niggas. And I was like, yeah.
It's like you basically like the people that you sleep with.
But you're not that all the way because we were just talking about this on the Patreon. You be fucking them bitches you don't like.
Those are like, they don't count because it's like a one night stand thing.
I hate when people be saying, "Oh, I fucked that person, but it don't count." Like you can't do that.
Hate me, bitch, because I like to miscount a lot of people. All right,
well, it's 2021. We all starting over, so
let's
do
some icebreakers with Rob because I'm curious. How much of a hoe are you? Have you ever smashed homies, group of friends, people that you may need to avoid if you entered a party and they were all together?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Were you proud about it, or were you like, shut the fuck up, don't tell anybody?
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. It happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like, look, I fucked this chick, and then I fucked her brother, but I didn't know they were related until after.
By marriage? Wait, maybe. Did you ever write into us? So I'm just playing. But wait, when did you find out they were siblings?
After I fucked the guy.
Same mama, same daddy?
I think same. One of the parents were the same parent.
I mean,
and then I had to like choose, and then I never chose, and yeah.
Wait, so they were still willing to fuck you again, even though you fucked both of them?
No, then we were like romantically. I was romantically involved with both of them.
Yo, what's good with Rob, son? Like, you telling me that like they were like pick one because we not about to both be at the fucking family dinner like.
There were no family dinners ever going to be involved in any of those situations.
Oh, okay. Say that. It wasn't that serious.
You know what energy that is? That's heavy bisexual energy right now.
It wasn't that
serious.
It
wasn't even about to get there. Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine them like actually having family issues like later down the line.
They're going to bring it up.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you fucked Rob. I fucked Rob first. I'm sure that's happened. But
oh my goodness. Well, I fucked brothers too, so. I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm late to the
Wait, you never fucked siblings before? I mean, mine was stepbrothers through marriage.
No judgment
that
either.
Count.
They're
like two
it doesn't
people.
count? Thank you. That's what I said.
That's why you asked her if it was through marriage?
Wait, have I ever? I did want to fuck twins one time because they both was fine.
But it's incest.
Clearly,
that's
no, it's only incest if they fuck each other, right?
Yeah.
But then if y'all like in the same room and then it's like sexual energy like being
because when I fucked
like the Claremont twins, they be like
no, that's some other shit. They probably be eating each other pussy. Same. What? Maybe they eat each other pussy.
No, if we got mad about the Claremont twins, you can't fuck these two twin brothers.
Well, duh, I can't because I got a boyfriend. Next.
Okay. Favorite type of porn?
Honestly,
if you watch any.
I do not watch porn.
I've actually stopped.
Isn't it liberating?
No,
but I'm watching my own shit now. So do I still watch porn?
Nah, that's still porn.
Man,
she got do thoughts.
That's like auto porn.
You see how she just did like this? That's how long her videos are. They're like GIFs. I don't know how she even make them.
What you mean? Yeah, I got long ones.
Yeah, but when you showed the last time, I was like, bitch, it's a GIF. It was like.
Oh, I showed you a clip. Did you want the whole?
No, I do not. But I'm just saying. Oh, they long.
No, I set it up. I get the lighting right, and I'm like, and I always make sure, like, right when I like do my video, I give a little.
You pose.
You know, this is directed and edited by yours truly, and let's start eating pussy.
Now, you said not watching porn is liberating. What about it is liberating to you?
It's like I'm using the space of not watching porn to be more in touch with myself sexually. Because I feel like me concentrating on something else. I have to substitute watching somebody else for like my own feelings. So I'm that chick getting fucked, or I'm that dude doing the fucking, right? Like because you want to get into it. You
I put myself as the director.
Yeah,
so I watch gay porn.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I've been watching a lot of trans porn lately. I don't know. They're just beautiful. I don't know. I've been watching a lot. I think I just really like dicks. Mm-hmm. So I do. I just really like fucking dicks. Like even trans women, like when I look up TS, I put big dick because they be having some big old dicks. I just like dicks.
Well,
dicks
you know what's interesting? Some do, some don't because of the hormones.
Oh, well, I don't know what the hormone is, but oh my God, T.S. Paris, I love you. Rakaya Too Pretty on Instagram, that's her. She live in Vegas. Fine. Might even subscribe to her OnlyFans. But her dick go down to like her knee, bruh, and she a verse. Anyways, when I watch, because there's two dicks, I just imagine that I'm directing. Mm-hmm. So I don't imagine that I'm either one of the people, but I imagine that I'm telling them what to do. Mm-hmm. So that's how I watch porn.
Everybody does have
I know. I know, right?
So I like to watch, like we all know when I watch
Bukkake,
and I always think about getting come on.
Oh, so you imagine yourself being the girl.
And the second I'm done, I'll be like, oh, this is so disrespectful. Stop.
I like what she said. So I like how you're taking the liberation. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Just
Okay.
keep on,
Okay. All right.
It's the pink watch.
in the pink pants. I'm like,
Mandy's
what
getting
up?
fucked up.
You know, they gotta stop doing that shit with babies.
She
They gotta stop doing that shit with babies. That's why they don't even do the pink and blue, bro.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I do think babies have, like, baby parties and baby shit have made me do that with pink and blue.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I go shopping and someone will show me something pink, I'm like, I don't want something
you hate pink.
girly.
You say it all the time.
I do,
pink is a girly color. Blue is more. Yeah.
That's some baby shit. We're fucked up, dude.
I know. I mean, society made us this way. Okay. All right. So it makes you more liberated. Because now you don't have to imagine yourself in
any scenario, in any part of it.
So what do you think about when you're feeling yourself?
I think about sometimes.
Past experience?
I stopped thinking about that too. Because I fucking hate most of the people that I've slept with right now.
Okay.
So I don't really want to think about them giving my energy and shit. And especially because my brain will like go to the parts of the relationship that like are arguments and shit like that. I'm like, man, fuck these motherfuckers. So I'll think about like a fantasy. And my fantasy is I come home for a long day at work because my job be sucking sometimes, right? And I stink. I always stink when I come home from work. So I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. And I go into the house.
Rob's a firefighter. Let's just add that
Yeah. I'm a firefighter. Not that I just be stinking and shit. I just be like in sewers and shit. No, I just stink because I work hard. And so, you know, my partner opens up the door, right? And they're like, oh my God, you're home. You know what? I'm going to run the shower for you. So they run the shower for me, right? And I'm so fucking tired. Sometimes I am this tired where I just stare at the shower and I'm like, fuck, I gotta get in this shit. So they like get me in the shower and they wash me, right? And I'm like, wow, I don't gotta do anything, right? Okay. They wash me, they dry me off, and then they fucking lotion me because you know I'm black. I'm not trying to be ashy in this bitch. You feel me? They lotion the whole, but they even get between the toes, mad love, right? And then they drag me to the bed. When I drag me, it's like fucked up. But they walk me to the bed. And then they just start, you know, just taking care of me, you know, kissing me and, you know, eating the coochie and just taking care of me. Before I even get to penetration, I'm already done.
Wow.
Because it's just that nice to just like, oh, I can imagine these wonderful
You
things.
a little Demi Moore in you too.
Oh, absolutely. I be fucking people I don't like. I also like to like the people.
I'm super
glad to have someone else on the show that way. Like I used to not like the niggas I was fucking.
And that's
like,
not fair.
It's not. but they dick was good. Like and it was just like. But it was people that literally we had, and that's the thing. Sexual chemistry is something that to me is hard to come by. So there would be people that we would eat each other up and have such good chemistry in the bedroom, and as soon as we were done. I don't want to hear you talk.
You heard.
Like we just all right. Bye. Go bye. All right, guys. So I am going to announce one of our very new segments. If you are a part of our Patreon community, you have already heard. It is called Black Sexcellence, and during this segment, which is new, and we are going to add it to every show.
That's right.
We are going to give you guys some informational, educational background on an either activist or just member of the community who has made strides in the sex revolution or the LGBTQIA
I did try to pick Lori Harvey, and Mandii was like, no, bitch.
We are not doing Lori Harvey. No, she was like, but it was her birthday. And no, bro. Like to me, she's beautiful. Of course, she's being talked about, but to me, nothing she's doing is
she don't talk.
Sexcellence, and she doesn't talk.
No, I mean, I think it's all like chalked up to how you mix and match it, right? Like I think Black China is someone that definitely along the line we should talk about her strides, right? Like for one, we haven't seen like a stripper or someone that's
Amber Rose.
No, I don't think she's doing shit that Black China is doing. Do you?
I do.
I mean, whatever. We can go through their accolades, but I mean, just saying like, I don't think we've seen somebody in Black China, like Amber Rose is mixed, she's light skinned, like Black China then came the fuck up.
I don't like that either because we sit here on identify as Black women, so to just
there's
throw
a
it away because
privilege.
she's light skinned. I don't know. You could
and Black China came
have you seen Black China's recent pictures?
Amber, we know from Kanye.
Black China light skinned too. Have you seen her recent pictures?
Shout out to the guy.
Yeah, light skinned. Like what are we talking about?
Omari Rebel, who is one of our patrons, who came up with this name. Such a fucking fire name for a segment, dog.
Yeah. So Black Sexcellence for this week. We want to pay homage to a Bayard Rustin. He was born in 1912. Died in 1987. Rustin was an LGBTQ and civil rights activist, best known for being a key advisor to Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. And y'all know, shout out, we in January, baby. That's whose birthday it is this weekend. Anyway, He organized the 1963 March on Washington and was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor, in 2013 for his activism. In 2020, Governor Gavin Newsom pardoned Rustin for his arrest in 1953 when he was found having sex with two men in a parked car in Pasadena. Rustin served 50 days in LA County Jail and had to register as a sex offender.
Jesus Christ.
For just having sex with two people. Shit, we all do that, don't we?
Which I'm offensive.
You know what I mean? In pardoning Rustin, Newsom noted how LGBTQ people were unjustly punished for their sexuality by U.S. law enforcement at the time of Rustin's arrest.
Imagine if every time you put a pussy in your mouth, you knew you were breaking a law. It might taste better.
Insane. That is insane. Bitch, you would have had life sentences of jail.
It's like cheating. You know how people like cheating for like getting caught?
It's the thrill.
No, it's the thrill. Thank you.
Wait, they don't know, but they don't want to get caught. They just know it's a possibility. Niggas who cheat don't want to get caught.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think there is something hot about knowing you can get caught because...
Knowing that you can get caught, but they don't want to get caught.
But cheating sex can be hotter. Like when you're single and you're fucking around, I'm sorry. I just really believe that feeling like you got to get caught, I think niggas like that shit. I really do. Because I just don't see why you do it. Like, I was talking to a homegirl of mine who might be one of the most beautiful people. I don't know. I don't know her that well. I just know her from like on some Miami shit. She's bad as shit. And she just found out her man was cheating on her. And I'm not saying the women, yes, I am. They weren't as hot as her. And I was like, damn, dog. Just like random shit. He just be fucking bitches he meet at the store. Like she found all this shit at his computer. Not even like some, I was out. I met someone. We had a connection. He just has to fuck. And I was like, this nigga must really want to get caught. I can't see like, he must want you to catch him, bitch.
I'm really also thinking about if it matters at all. If I think the person looks better or not better than me.
Nah, bitch. You telling me if your man cheated on you with an ugly bitch, Mandii, you wouldn't be mad? Because I'd be mad. I'd be like, you did me like that?
Well, we all know that everyone has different views of beauty.
Okay, well, I'm saying if you with me, you better know this is my standard, nigga. Don't be...
That's trash. You're how you look at the standard of beauty... Like people,
I'm allowed to judge my own person's standard.
There's beauty in everyone. Like
just like you're allowed to judge your man when he do dumb shit, I'm allowed.
My man don't do nothing dumb.
Okay,
he's perfect.
Sorry, Mandii got the perfect
amazing.
nigga. Can't relate. Rob, you ever dated ain't shit nigga? Because Mandii claims she ain't.
That's it.
I mean, my man right now is beautiful. Like he's not.
But
dumb.
I think this also has to do with shit like when people say like you dated down after somebody, right? Like it could either attribute to job or monetary. Like look how people treated. We just talked about Amber when she dated Wiz Khalifa. They were like, well, he ain't this or he ain't that. Like
he is everything to me, honey. So I don't know who was saying that.
He's a popping like rapper. He's attractive. Like how did she like date? Like what are you supposed to do?
I don't think that's
Get
a date
Drake?
down.
Drake?
I don't. Right, Drake.
I'm just saying,
Soldier Boy voice, like Drake. I don't know, but see, and to me, I would like a Wiz over a Drake. And I heard that nigga got a third leg, baby.
I would like a Wiz over a Drake, but
that's what I'm saying. So I don't know.
But no, I mean as far as level of Kanye shit.
So
you got Drake, Jay-Z, Kanye.
Kanye ain't cute to me.
Not cute. I'm just talking about status, right?
Yeah.
Would you agree with that? Who's up there with like?
Wait, is that the order? Drake, Jay-Z, Kanye?
No,
right.
It's just like the group. Like they all like
in my opinion, I think it's Jay-Z, then Kanye, then Drake.
Okay.
I was Kanye's brilliant.
I was very concerned about the order.
Oh no, my bad. I just mean like, what was Amber supposed to do, my nigga? You want me to like get as good as I had? Like Wiz ain't it? Like who can I fuck after Kanye?
Shit.
Maybe Nas.
I ain't gonna hear what I heard about that one, but let's go. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, so we wanted to get into
shit awkward. Let's go.
All right, today's horrible decision for this week is Love AA, Love Addicts Anonymous. I don't know if we've ever discussed this, but it was interesting to me when I was talking to Inner Hoe Uprising on their Instagram about like what to talk to Rob about today, because I had actually looked into this before. When I broke up with Loverboy, which was 2 years ago on this podcast, I was like, dude, I got to meet somebody else. I was like swiping like crazy. Like I was getting carpal tunnel from swiping, bitch. And I really felt like I couldn't just fuck because it wouldn't make me feel good enough. Like, I have to feel like someone likes me. I need to feel loved. Like, why do I want that feeling again? I kept chasing that feeling and started looking into a love addict, like, meeting and shit in New York. Honestly, I knew I went too far. I was like, let me just go to AA and, like, just blend in.
So
they'll be cool.
This is LA?
Huh?
This is LA?
This is in New York.
This is Lovers Addict? Love Addict? What do you call, what's the acronyms for this?
Love Addicts Anonymous? Am I right?
LAA?
Yeah,
I thought
guess.
you meant this.
I don't
know. You can look up LAA.
You can look up love addiction.
My bad.
Love addiction.
Oh, so it's not anonymous?
I have a
they
test
do have an
for
AA
us
group
to take because some of these questions to me are so regular. For example, some of the questions were, was there ever a point that you wish you could stop or control your sexual or romantic activities for a given period of time? Who the fuck hasn't felt like that? Like, you gotta stop being a hoe at some point. Everybody think about that shit.
By the way, real quick, y'all, if you're interested in looking up, it's SLAA, Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous.
Okay. I don't want to be just groups in with them niggas. I got feelings.
Oh my God.
I have feelings in my pussy.
Exactly. That's why you're grouped in with the sex
I'm definitely SLA. Do you feel desperate about your need for sexual attraction or future mate? Do you believe that someone can fix you? Have you ever felt that you were obligated or needed to have sex to feel better? Do you get high from sex and do you crash? That actually is a really good one, I thought, because I've met someone who was like that, where she told me, like, immediately after sex, she felt bad about herself, but she needed to get there to feel good. And I was,
wow.
It sounds like drugs. You know? Yeah. Let me see this one. Have you, it's not funny. Have you had, or do you have sex with someone who you don't know?
Duh.
Yes, my nigga.
Okay, but what is knowing someone?
That's what I was thinking.
What is knowing
because
someone?
If we meet,
bitch, if I say hi, bitch, I know you.
And I'll be like, Rob, cool. 105 Delancey.
No, seriously. Like, what does it mean to know someone?
I guess what it means to not know could be, I met you at the club and I'm having sex with you at the club.
Oh, at the club. You just didn't even leave the club.
I mean, that happens. I mean, not to me, but it happens.
Wait, at the sex club?
Not even at the sex club, the club. You like it's quite possible to meet somebody, have an attraction. I'm gonna have sex with you right there. Right? That's somebody that you don't know.
You gotta talk to Vinny.
Where in New York you be partying?
I mean, I said I don't do that, okay. But it is done.
It is done. It is done. I did eat some pussy after Dream in Miami one time, but it was at the diner. We did actually leave the club. We left the club. We went to the diner, then I ate her pussy at the diner.
Where?
In Miami.
And
where
did
in the
diner?
diner?
Her?
In the bathroom.
Did you know her?
We met. We was at the same table that night.
That's not knowing somebody. You were wondering. That's how it is. You don't know her.
So wait, let me go back. Question 23.
I said they taking way too long in these corned beef hash. Let me go eat some pussy.
Yo,
what? I'm just saying. What? She was cute.
What? Mark this shit for the clip, my nigga.
No, we not. What is the problem?
Mandy said you can put it in there. Okay. Does this sexual and romantic behavior affect your reputation? Well, hello. Welcome to the YouTube and the audio. Yes, it does. Now we making money on the shit.
Hoes and sluts.
I mean, is it really that bad? Do you
Coochies
feel that
and
you're
butts.
not really alive unless you're in a romantic relationship? This one I thought was really good, and when it got to the juice, because a lot of us don't feel good unless we're with someone. It took me a long time to be good alone. You know, I didn't really understand how to feel like, I don't want to use the word worthy because I've always felt good about myself, but something always felt like it was missing if I was alone. And to get to that point where you can be alone, like, it takes a lot of fucking self-searching, I think. Like, discovery, just like being able to take feedback and like criticisms and be like, okay, nah, like I see what's wrong. Like it took me a while. I'd say years to get to that point. And when I moved to New York, it started to happen after that breakup. And I was like, okay, fuck niggas get money. I actually feel this way.
Oh, that was my feeling for the last decade.
But I would say it, but I didn't necessarily know if I liked
get money from them. That's a move.
Have you?
You feel me?
In that order.
In that order. Fucking then I get some money.
What is what you discussed on Inner Hoe Uprising about what, like, you know, knowing biology and something to do with
we're getting into science. I'm going to check out here.
It's not that big. No, So we did a whole episode called Love Addiction. I don't know the whole episode name, but I'll give it to you so you put it in the show notes. Yeah. But it was basically about love addiction, the parallels between love addiction, sex addiction, and drug addiction, substance abuse, and how does that, like, what does it look like, right? And the most important factor in addiction is to know that it's something that affects your life, like truly affects your life, not like just something that kind of you carry around like a burden, but something that affects your like ability to like really function at the highest potential that you were functioning prior, that you can possibly function. Like it takes a toll on your social aspects, your physical aspects, your mental aspects, spiritual aspects. Like it's, if to say that, say addiction, even if it's not a substance addiction, addiction is addiction. Right. So if you're addicted to cocaine and you're addicted to sex, it's not like one addiction's like bigger than the other, one is smaller than the other. Like addiction is still addiction. Anything that really hinders you and holds you back in that way. But with addiction, it's a reward system. You have that reinforcement. So if I do this thing and I feel good, if I do this thing again, I'll feel good. And you keep doing that until you kind of build those connections in your brain. Because, your brain is always forming connections, right? And you build those connections that become kind of like permanent. So the only way you can feel that feelings if you do that thing. So the only way I can feel good about myself if I do that thing, which is have sex or start a relationship or just start entertaining some fucking piece of shit. Like, something that involves another person. It doesn't necessarily just involve you.
I'm going to be real. I'm not trying to be funny. I might be addicted to the club, dog. And I believe say
that's why you moved to Tulum.
Tulum.
That's why you took
I wasn't going to the club.
The Wet Willies of Mexico.
Dude, I moved to Tulum when it was still like, it was just beach and chilling. Like, remember, shit wasn't open till the summer when I left. But like, no, when I am at my lowest lows, like, and I'm just thinking of like when the world was open, I'm like, I gotta go have a drink. And it wouldn't always be like getting wasted. I just needed to be around people. Like I needed to be around people. I needed to have that vibe, and not the club per se. When I say club, I'm actually
like
bars and shit. I had to do that. And I'd be like, all right, I'll be all right. And I remember thinking like, I had a really bad argument and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be single. I have to go to the bar. Like, what am I going to do without the bar? Like, I was really bugging the fuck out, dude. And I was like,
that's why you like living in the middle of all the bars. Like, that's a part
I love being around people. Like, I love seeing people. That's why I love New York so much.
Right.
I love getting energy from people, getting inspired by people. Like, that's why I love podcasting, Like, no matter who it be with, if it's you and I, if it's a guest, like, I love sucking that up because it's exciting for me. Like, social interactions. And I think it's that only child shit. Help me, look at my brain.
Oh, yeah. Not me. I need my alone time. That's why even with my nigga now, like, moving in will never be a conversation. I am so content with having, like, my space now. Like, my own space, no roommate, no none of that. Like, never, ever, 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 ever. It's crazy because I'm hearing like how you're defining addiction, and I mean, I will say I feel like maybe at some point sex was an addiction, because I think that's when sometimes I'll be like, I'm miserable or I'm cranky, and even my mama was like, "Girl, you need some dick." Like it gets to that.
But
like
my whole mood change. But Rob, I feel like we all know when we need to get fucked, but that's not addiction.
Is that not addiction if it affects your mood?
I mean,
is that not affecting your day to day?
You would have to look further into it, right? Because it might not necessarily just be like the sex. Like you might just really have wanted to be like with a person, right? But one way to be with the person, especially somebody who it's like, I don't really have any other way to pull them into my house but to say you want to fuck. Right? I can't just be like, hey, you want to come over and talk? They're going to be like, no, not really. No, okay, but do you want to have sex? Oh, yeah, I want to have sex.
Addiction is masturbation too, right? I believe it is. Because, like, when I was watching A True Life on MTV, which, by the way, I think that's hands down one of MTV's best shows they've ever done.
I like True Life.
Remember when people were shooting up? I was like, this is fucking America, nigga. That shit was so good. Anyway, they had a man who's like, I had to change my password to my computer to my son's name, or something like that, he said. So I wouldn't look at porn. He was like, I don't even know his name. I don't even think about it anymore. It's like my fingers just go. Like he tried everything to stop himself from going on porn sites because of his sex addiction.
Right.
So I think maybe sex addiction is like, maybe it may be all encompassed. Porn, too.
I mean, it's sex. Masturbation is still sex. And pornography, I mean, that's more of like a material kind of thing. But if you're doing it and then you're masturbating, like you're addicted to masturbating and porn, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not an expert.
Right.
And the episode's about love. It wasn't about sex.
None of us experts, y'all.
No, but as far as love goes, when dating with a love addiction, do you think that you should tell somebody? Kind of like if I was addicted to alcohol or drugs, I think that it'd be important to let my partner know. Would you suggest that people should tell their partners they have a love addiction?
I would suggest that you go to a fucking therapist first.
Say that.
Because I wouldn't self-diagnose myself, right? With something like that, because it's very heavy and it deserves actual treatment. So just to simply say, I think I have a love addiction and I'm just going to sit in this.
And I'm just going to let all of my partners know
that I just have this love addiction. But
right.
this is just a thing that I am. And then that's it. You know, that's a lot. Right?
That's a really good explanation. It's very like, take me as I am, but that's some rude shit.
Yes, because that's because, you know, it's
any
not
addiction,
like...
You shouldn't treat it like it's not something to be treated.
No,
it's because it's not crack and coke and whatever the fuck.
And if it is crack and coke, you might want to, take care of that.
Right.
Because it's not like it's something that you're not aware of. Because even if you're not aware of it, somebody, a lot of the times, if you have people in your life, not everybody does, but if you have people in your life, somebody's going to make you aware of that shit. Like, if you have a drinking problem, if you have people that care about you, somebody's going to say, hey, motherfucker, you are wilding for respect right now. You might want to calm that shit down. Somebody's going to make you aware. Then you do what you want to do with that information, whether it's ignore it, whether it's actually give it attention and try to do something about it. But to, like, go into a relationship and say, hey, I have a love addiction, but I want to love you. I'm out. I want, because now that's on me. You're putting that burden on me to try to maneuver around it. And it's like, is it your addiction to just wanting to be loved, or do you actually want to be with me?
You are giving me PTSD from niggas that let me know they were hoes. You know what I'm saying? When they be like, yo, I just got this problem. I just be, I love you, but I be fucking other bitches. You be like, so do you have to put up with that? But I really like what you said, because there's a fine line between being proud of who you are and being like, this is who I am, take it or leave it. But also needing to understand that some of the things that you have that encompass who you are a little fucked up.
Yeah.
Especially when they could be a burden on somebody else. Like,
accountability.
Yeah. I like that. I mean, especially considering that I definitely think I went through a love addiction phase. Do you think, or anyone think they've ever been through I know you said you went through a sex addiction phase.
Maybe, yeah, where I thought, but again, it just affected my mood. Like, if I wanted dick, but I was still very picky on who I was getting dick from. So it was never.
I don't know if a crackhead's picky about who they get crack from.
And that's what I'm saying. And we had a sex addict came. He did come on the show, and he shared how he just needed sex from, and he didn't care who he got sex from.
Damn, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so like, I don't and hearing her hearing they explain it, I don't believe that I had the addiction. It did just affect like my mood, and I guess I was still able to like go about my day as normal. I would just be in a funk if I felt like I needed to release. Yeah. And masturbating never did it. So even when you mentioned just maybe having a person to lay with, to cuddle with, just to be in the company of another person in that kind of close like space. Yeah. Because even my friends hate it. Like, I be trying to cuddle with all my friends. They be like, bitch, give me my space. Like, the ones I don't fuck. They be like, I don't want to cuddle with you, bitch.
I don't like cuddling with my friends.
I love cuddling. I be like, come here. And I be laid up like, time for Netflix. And I be cuddling with my friends.
I kind of associate that closeness with, I lay on Vinny, but like, it's a very minimal, like maybe a leg
Oh,
thing.
no, my leg is over my friends. I love cuddling with my friends.
When you were talking about spooning with friends that you don't fuck,
that I don't fuck.
That's so crazy to me.
Yeah.
If I'm
right, is that
I mean, I've done that.
But you know what? It may have.
Did you feel something though?
I
feel like I
would. I didn't like it. So I'm like, I feel like you're thinking about fucking me, and I don't want you to think about that.
They know if I want to fuck them. But I think it also comes from, and I shared on this show, for many years, I was having sex without the intimacy. So for many years, I wasn't kissing niggas. I wasn't really cuddling after. I was leaving after, or they were leaving after. So I think it just became, that I really love my friends, and I put my friends in a high esteem, almost above family. And so, yeah, in terms of love, like, I love them. So yeah, you gonna give me these cuddles, bitch.
You gonna give me these cuddles. Well, I had I found this cool article. It was for vanilla shit, but I wanted to put it in here. Sexual and emotional anorexia. Y'all ever heard this?
No.
You know why people made this shit up.
I'm sad.
if we're to compare it to attachment theory, it's the avoidance style rather than the anxious one. It's a type of disorder that people have running from sex and or relationships rather than run towards them. So sexual and emotional anorexia can manifest as the usage of porn instead of real partners, the fear and avoidance of sex, the fear of intimacy, vulnerability, shame around your own sexual drive and preferences, the harsh judgment of other people's sex drive, always waiting for, quote unquote, the one, the perfect person, and compartmentalizing people into sex or relationship categories. And I thought this was interesting because they say the root a lot of this shit is from love addiction.
This to me sounds more like self-sabotage.
I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nuts.
Yeah. It's like the world is so wild in how we find words for everything.
Everything.
And then we find multiple words for everything.
I just sat and watched the Netflix show where curse words came from.
That was so
It was funny.
fire,
It was
dog.
funny. It was cute. But yeah, like literally, because to me, this doesn't, I think the anorexia threw me off.
Oh, it fucking threw me off too. But this is from Sex Love Addicts Anonymous. So they basically say this is a characteristic of sexual and emotional anorexia as outlined by them. This is where it comes from. Having few healthy boundaries, we become sexually repulsed and or emotionally threatened by people without even knowing them, fearing emotional and sexual nurturing. We over-idealize love and sex so conversely that we confuse love and sex with physical and sexual shame. Like we're confused about what it means or the need to be rescued, things like that. And we are deeply anxious and insecure, but may cover those feelings of stress and guilt and envy with a persona of independence and self-sufficiency, which is the fuck niggas get money shit. We can be feeling like, okay, you know what? Like maybe I haven't found someone. Is it me? Whatever. You know what? Fuck niggas. Like I'm doing this. Like I think that is a great one because under all of that, it may not be. Like, I don't think I'm at that place now. I think you are in that place now, right? Like, when you're starting to grow and getting to know yourself. But at one point in my life, absolutely, I was, like, overly independent because it made me feel better. Like, saying that I was.
Well, not only that, I think I've said it, too. The fuck niggas get money. Not fuck niggas and make them give you money. But the fuck niggas get money mantra, to me, comes from when you don't feel like you're in a place where you're happy. So to me, that's where I feel like for the past decade, I was focusing on my financial state, getting an education and being happy with who I was as a person. And so a part of it was, yeah, I'm still going to get this nut, but I'm not at a place where I really want to be a partner to somebody or I want to be in a relationship. But I still need a nut because, bitch, I like sex. And that, you know, I'll be cranky if I don't have it. So yeah. I think that comes from, you know, get your shit, but also really get your shit and get your shit together more than anything. I don't know. That's how
That's a podcast. We don't fucking know anything.
Yo, we're just trying to sound smart because apparently we sound dumb. So
the beginning show you doing
said
dumb.
That shit.
I say dumb with love, bro. I mean, like, we be doing dumb shit when we
do it.
It's silly.
Thank you.
That's it. It's not dumb.
Like
it's
silly,
just silly.
Words mean things, Weezy.
Okay, shut your dumb ass up. Let's go. All right, I picked this whole mail for a future episode, but we have to do this because it really made me think of Rob's story.
Here we. Oh shit.
So send your home mail to horribledecisions at gmail.com.
I'm telling you right now. Right now.
It was me. Just kidding.
It might be because it's just keep it anonymous. They said, "Hi, Mandii and Weezy. I love y'all. I've been listening for almost 3 years. So when I recently started having the best sex of my life." This story I naturally thought of you for. Sorry. The man's dick is perfect, all caps. We've been dating for 3 months. He brings out a side of me that sexually I didn't know I had. Yes, I actually had a seizure on the dick. We were fucking in the mirror, high off mushroom chocolates, when I collapsed and convulsed. When I came, it felt so euphoric, but he was scared. Another time that stands out is when I was riding and he was using my vibrator on my clit, asked if he could fit it inside of my pussy with his dick. It was a small bullet, so we tried it. It was amazing, but it got stuck. I had to lay on my back, do Kegels until it finally came out. Good for you.
Oh my fucking goodness.
I don't know where this is going.
I could go on about our sex, but I'm writing to you because I don't know what to do about his best friend. His best friend is also his roommate. And if they haven't fucked already, I know that if they did, they would both love it. They both identify as straight, but the energy is just there.
Oh my God.
His friend is really hot too, and I've been heavily fantasizing about an MMF threesome with them. How would I go about initiating this? I don't know if I should, or if I should just leave it in my mind as a daydream. Because plot twist, his best friend is dating my little sister, and she could absolutely never find out. Do I leave it alone? Do I wait until maybe his friend and my sister break up? Do I bring it up to my man? I feel like it would be so chaotic, but I also think it would be so hot to watch my man's best friend give him head. Please help me sort through this toxic fantasy.
The one who dates my sister?
That's where I got lost. It was all good until that part.
Shit, and I want to tell you something. Which one of these
I don't know. Look at the
Thank you so much for your fucking goddamn service to this show.
Yo.
Bitch. Oh! This is what I'm talking about.
This is what you're talking about?
This is how we got on the Black Effect Network right here. You and your man and his best friend and fucks your sister. This is what I'm talking about. Mandii and Weezy Springer, thank you.
No.
Anyway.
No.
Listen.
This is not it.
Make them fuck.
I don't know. Make them fuck? This is her sister's boyfriend who, she said both of them identify as straight. So you just think it's okay
she was like,
two men to have
the energy is there. Let me tell you something, bitch. The way that manifesting you doing, this is what you got to do. This is how I started getting money.
Crazy in the show. She always gives the worst advice.
Oh, God.
I love this so much. It's so fucked up, but like, what does she got to lose?
What?
She has her sister to lose? What? Her man to lose?
All right, let me go from
nah.
Wait,
no,
bro,
there's a lot of factors. Yo, shout out to you for admitting that shit was toxic. That shit was wild toxic. It's just fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. It's better when
it needs to stay in your head and in our email inbox and nowhere the fuck else.
Yo, jerk off to that shit. That's good jerk off material, but no.
And that's all I'm asking. As a matter of fact, if you got a family photo with everybody in it, do that.
And that's disgusting. Nah.
Bruh.
No.
But don't you want to know?
No.
Send it to me. My email is theweezywtf@gmail.com.
You're wallet.
Nah,
you should chill. Chill the fuck out, bro.
Absolutely.
Unless somebody explicitly begins to give you some kind of consent to do these things. And even then, like, I don't know. That's a talk that you, oddly enough, might have to have with your fucking sister.
I mean,
I would never.
Okay,
this is better than the undoing. What a twist, bitch.
Okay, wait a second, because maybe her and her sister are like the Claremont twins.
Mm-hmm.
So let's
you have to talk with the sister.
So let's figure this out. I think the first thing you should do is talk to your sister.
Yeah.
See if,
she might be like, yo, fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Maybe. We don't know. So let's, if we're, paying homage to the hoes that write into the show, we don't know what type of upbringing they got. They might be like the Claremont twins.
She Black excellence right now.
So.
That's an imagination, dog.
Jesus Christ. So I would say the first person you need to ask is not your boyfriend, is not his best friend, but you need to talk about this with your sister first. Right? Then if the sister be like, actually, yeah, I'll give you the go for that because you're my sister and I love you. And if this is what's going to make you happy, I want my sister to be happy. If you get the blessings from your sister, then your sister
I cannot even believe you gave that advice.
Realistic.
I know
that's the first person
the
to talk
logical
to.
advice is obviously, bitch, don't do it. But
that's the first. So if you get the blessing from your sister, then I think maybe you need to go ahead and then I'm trying to think if it should be the sister's boyfriend, roommate, or
you got to talk to your man.
Your man first, right? And then be like, yo, how close are you in Nevadius? You know what I mean? And just find out if they is close or what.
Because it might be like, okay, cool. Like I'm straight. I don't want to have sex with my roommate, but I don't mind us both having sex with you.
Can I
because
just say
that doesn't
something
make
really
you
quick?
There's nothing wrong with you guys.
The subject of this email was "Dick so good I had a seizure." Bitch, you need to do right. You need to write something. She gave us that shit, and it came out of nowhere. This is just so fabulous. Like I can't believe how.
No, I think she actually needs to work on her journalist skills because she could have had a way better hot topic headline than because.
But I read through them all.
She should have just said, "I want to fuck." Headline: I want to fuck my boyfriend's roommate, sister boyfriend.
No, my sister's
boyfriend. Boyfriend, roommate.
It's too much. Too many characters, nigga. 140 were out. So really, what you did, I'm telling you, she won. But see, where you're going with this, with talking to the sister, no, that's sick. No. You can't do this. But
we're out here trying to promote healthy communication. And the same, we don't know their relationship.
Thank you.
Right? They might even be
judgy right now.
They might be besties.
They might be stepsisters.
Step in the name of love and to
We
my
don't
room.
know.
And look, we all know we don't count steps as shit.
Yeah, I mean, they're like friends. They're like besties.
No, it's just because their parents wanted to fuck.
All right, let me
them.
tell you what this fantasy really is.
Mm-hmm.
I think you just want an MMF threesome. I think you want to watch your man get his dick sucked, suck dick, and I think that
And I think the roommate just happened to be fine.
And they're around each other, so you're seeing it happen. But like, no, you're tripping. You're fucking insane. But like, I really like this. Her name.
I'm weak.
I feel like
It said anonymous.
No, I'm saying, I'm showing you guys. I think this is a black name. The last name is.
Can you not do that? Not a black name, bruh.
No, I'm trying to figure out, because if this is white people shit, I want her to come on the show.
Why?
Because I don't want to make us look this nuts.
You look nuts with everything you just said over the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, you like reneged, but it was after you went like
After she went left, it's
100 miles
fun.
an hour.
Because like I have this thing that goes on in my head. Like there's this comedy shit in improv school that you have a straight man and crazy man, like that you can play like right when you're watching someone who's normal.
How do you go from straight and crazy? Why are
yeah,
those
the
opposite?
binaries.
No, they use the word straight as like on the straight and narrow.
Okay.
Like as a term, right?
Oh,
like
not sexuality.
like someone's
Okay.
not tripping. We played that skit in our short film, right? I was like, let's have dicks on stage. You were like, no, let's be educational. That's a straight man, crazy man skit.
Oh, so you're crazy and I'm the clear-headed
No,
one.
I
Got
think
you.
I do both. I just did both
Never.
on that whole meal.
Never.
You don't think so?
No, you're just crazy.
All right, well, fuck your sister's boyfriend that lives next door to me. I don't fucking know, bitch. I think that you just need to get MMF threesome going.
I think that's the main fantasy that she has.
Mm-hmm.
And so if that is the main fantasy, again, just to wrap this up, I think that you should for sure have that conversation with your man to see if it is even an option to have with your man.
Mm-hmm.
Because y'all could always find a nigga to join in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. But he might not be comfortable, or he might be comfortable and say, I don't want to suck no dick. And I don't want to gotta suck my dick.
Because a bi MMF
it's
MMF
different.
is different.
Very different.
And you
have to be
gotta make
comfortable
sure
with
this
that.
is like, do not like forcing a bi MMF threesome. And I feel the same way with men, by the way, like forcing the women there with teeth. Like, oh, it's not fun if you don't eat pussy. Like, no. Don't do that. If he's not into it, that's
consent. Consent is always key,
Hell
especially in something.
See,
like
Rob, we
that.
ain't that bad. Look how we wrapped it up.
Dead.
Oh, yeah, nah. I'm glad we warmed up because I know how I was talking in the beginning. I was like, oh, shit, they hate me. I was like, see, look, fuck.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
Okay,
that.
but again, the same way, like, if somebody came in and was calling her Weezy the whole time, I would be like, bro, it ain't Weezy, it's Weezy.
You know what?
If
what
people
helps
spell
me, though,
your name as
with people
Weezy
that
all the
prefer
time.
they them pronoun.
What?
You kept saying the entire. You just have to say you if you're getting lost. And if I don't know, I say you.
Yeah, but even
or them. If
but
I'm lost.
you is when you're directly speaking to them. If I'm speaking to you about them, it's different.
I
And
just was like, Rob is right here, bitch.
I know, but I'm speaking to the both of you.
Yeah.
And so if I'm not directing to just them, then it's just like I can't just say you when I'm talking to you, bruh.
I actually
when I'm speaking of, like
I had a colleague of mine at my last job that only wanted to be referred to as they them, so I got a little bit better at it. But I was fucking up.
Oh, I fucked up this whole show and they gonna read me like, y'all supposed to be professional. Y'all supposed to be experts in this. How she fucking it up?
I was fucking up really bad, but it's because the transition happened while I was working with them. And I was like,
I remember you sharing that story. But I do want to say too, that is why, like, and we've done our best with just educating ourselves, but you are our first guest that strictly identifies as them, they. And so I do apologize if I offended you at any point. If anyone's listening, definitely, maybe I just need to think before I talk a little bit more and slow down. Cause then maybe I would have,
It's okay to mess up. Like, we're
Okay.
human. You probably mess up more than you even realize just talking to like people who are cis. Like, you might say she, you might say he when talking about somebody else because you're human. Your brain moves faster than your fucking lips do sometimes.
Right.
But it's a matter of when you mess up, when you realize you just correct it, you just keep going.
Okay.
Like, to make the spectacle of it, or I'm so sorry. It's like now you put the burden on me to have to comfort you. Like, no, it's okay.
Right.
Like, I don't want to because like it's not okay, and I also don't want to.
Right.
I don't want any of your burden. Like,
Right.
I just like any other correction. Like, you just
That's
okay,
interesting.
and then just keep
I
moving.
never thought of that. Like, we over apologize to have someone understand how sorry we are, but it's like, goddamn, now you making me feel like
I don't want that.
Yeah, but to me it is all it is almost like the over apology, and I want you to understand as well, coming from someone who doesn't want to offend you or feel like we're disrespecting you. Also, to maybe not apologize, I also don't want to come across like, well, I don't care how you want to be addressed. The same way, like, if someone keeps correcting you on their name, I don't want to also make you feel like I'm dismissive of you, you know?
It's just my bad, they, proceed with
Well,
conversation.
I'm also just extra as fuck anyway, so you gonna get my...
It's just, it can be a lot. Because you know how you were saying like, oh, you know, it's frustrating because you get confused.
It is frustrating.
But it's frustrating for me because I have to hear it 24/7.
Right.
Even though if it's not for you, like, okay, cool. You guys, you're not my employers. Like, I can say anything. Obviously, I'm not here telling all my fucking business. But I work with white men almost exclusively. In both of my careers, I work with white men. I'm not coming out to them because fuck them. I don't feel like it. So I'm she, I'm her, I'm a woman, and that's just, it is what it is. And it's something that I just have to go through the rest of my life, the rest of my career, just kind of accepting that. So
gotcha.
That sucks. I'm not open and I'm not free in my workplace where I spent 24 hours at work. I just got off like last night. I'm tired of shit. And that's just my reality. So when I come and I'm experiencing the world with queer people, with black people, with black women, like this is my safe space.
I know we're about to wrap, but I'm curious if you could share a story with us where someone told you they wouldn't. So maybe even close to you, maybe a family member. Like, has anyone been so reluctant to it that you were like, what the fuck?
So real fast, and I have two stories. First story was my ex. I've known him for now almost 15 years. We dated a few years ago for like a year. And so he's known me. Like, he was like my first kiss. He was like one of my best friends. So when I finally like, hey, this is who I am. I'm non-binary. These are my pronouns. And he said, so what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm fucking a tranny. And I was like, okay, there's like many levels to this, right? Because now we're just fucking and now I'm a tranny. So it was like a lot of unpacking there. And I still dated him because I'm a dumbass bitch and whatever. It is what it is. But, you know, that was super fucked up. Now, several years later, he's trying to be respectful of my pronouns and be respectful of my chosen name. But you know, that was not fun. And then I had a friend. I mean, we're still friends and he's a lot better now. But when I first said, hey, my name is Rob, he said, no, that's not your name. I'm going to call you what I've been calling you because this is what I've been calling you. And I'm like, that's not how this works. Because he never called me by my first name anyway. He always called me by the name that I fucking gave him. So I'm like, why can't you call me by this name? What is the issue? But it's like some people feel personal. Like, no, I've known you this way this whole time. Like, I'm special. I've known you since you came out the womb. So why do I have to change? I understand all of them having to change, but why the fuck do I got to call you something different? But it's like, that's my name. So when people ask me, oh, what's Rob short for? Short for Rob. Why Rob? I don't know. It's just my name. You can see my name on the paper. I don't give a fuck. My name is Rob. And that's what you're going to call me. That's what they call me at work. Even though they don't know I'm trans, they still call me Rob. They have no qualms, no questions. They don't care. And that's what I expect from everybody else in the world. Right. Even on my birthday, my cake said, happy birthday, Rob the God. My parents were there. We blew out the candles and everything. They took pictures of the cake. We all posted with the cake and shit. They didn't give a fuck. My parents don't care because it's a name. It's a name. It's an identity. It's these things that don't mean anything to you.
You know what, Rob? You just taught me. I met someone named Alex. I wish I could take it fucking back now. But I was writing their name down. I was like, is it Alexandria? And I'm like, and I remember her looking at me like, it's Alec. And I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't even think in that moment, like, oh my God, I'm such a fucking bitch. I just had to make it like.
You had to make a whole name. I'm Robin. People call me Robin. I'm like, where'd you fuck you get that from? Like, oh, if it's Rob, it must be short for something. Like, no, it's not short for anything. Because people like be fiending to like, I need to finish this story. This is a fucking mystery. Like, man, what does my name got to do with you? What does my pronouns got to do with you?
Maybe it's our brain.
I mean, but don't get it twisted. Society.
All right, the show over, y'all.
You know, shit. I guess so. Goddamn. Yeah, this what. Yeah. All right, bye, guys.
No, society has trained you to be this way. Okay. Society has given you these binaries. It gave you these fucking colors. Like, society has taught you all these things. It's taught you ableism. It's taught you transphobia, fatphobia, homophobia, racism, colorism, texturism. Like, this is society's doing. It's just up to you to undo it. And it takes time. Like, you can't unlearn everything, like, at once. You're going to be unlearning for your whole fucking life. So it's like, don't be too hard on yourself for not being perfect.
Because as the world wakes up, we are too. You know what I'm saying?
Every day.
So I appreciate you saying that. And I'm glad we got schooled today. I learned a lot about, I mean, especially this last part.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Can you, as we wrap up, can you let our listeners know where they can find you, social media, and where they can listen to you?
So I'm Instagram, smoking PP. It's so funny to say that out loud. Like, smoking dick, smoking pee-pee.
What is it? Smoking per?
No, smoking like penis.
No. Oh, you meant to say that.
Like smoking pee-pee.
Oh,
like, because niggas that
funny.
be out here smoking dick, they be fucking wilding. So smoking pee-pee.
I got it.
I don't smoke dick, but if you're interested in smoking dick, let me know.
I want to figure out how to. I like to do anything new.
We'll talk, we'll chat.
Okay.
On Twitter, I'm _body. And if you want to listen to me, Inner Hoe Uprising, Instagram, Inner Hoe Uprising, Apple, Google, wherever you listen to podcasts. We out here ganging.
And you guys can check all of that in the description of this week's episode. Before we get out of here, I also want to shout out, before I give a shout out to our Horror Hive members on our Patreon, I want to shout out to all of the box owners. You guys know, official box owner, my subscription boxes sold out in just 12 hours. So shout out to all of you guys.
No, we didn't know that.
Yeah, it's sold out in 12 hours. And a lot of you guys are already collecting or getting your boxes in the mail. I will just give a shout out to USPS because 2 of you who are listeners of the show wrote me and tried to, well, if you have any issues, you can hit me up.
So that's so nice.
Shout out to those workers at USPS who
Well,
listen
how
to
to hit me
Horrible
up? Where's
Decisions.
my box?
Bitch, it's at your old house probably.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, I just wanted to give a shout out to y'all. Do you have anything before we get out of here?
No, check out For Fact's Sake on Tuesdays. What are me and Eddie going to do? I think Eddie and I are doing Billionaires this week. And I was like, let's talk about people get shit on.
I'll smoke they
He
dick.
was like, I'll let you do that.
Give me a billionaire dick to smoke.
We just did chicken last week. And, he looks so nervous because I was like, we're going to talk about why Black people love chicken. He was like, he was looking at the screen.
I'm sure because he ain't Black.
Well, no,
Yikes.
but I wanted to dig into that shit. Did you know that mainly...
Colonel Sanders?
No.
Oh, that's an interesting
one, it's
story.
because there was a lot of chickens in the field. It was the easiest thing to give. But one of the reasons that slave owners wanted to push that shit is because they find eating with hands barbaric.
Oh, they want to watch that shit because they fucking sadistic.
Yeah. Do you know how sick that
White people are so crazy. Sorry, white people, all 27 of y'all listening.
I'm sad.
We only got about 27. Actually, 29 since we were
Well,
had Sophia on.
It's 28 as of that comment.
They dropped it off.
fucking
They
like
dropped
that.
it off like flies. Anyways, I do want to give a shout out to our Horror Hive members. If you haven't yet subscribed to our Patreon, you get 3 bonus episodes every month. There's over 95 episodes over on Patreon for y'all to dig into. You know what I mean? We almost got 100 over there too. And so for those of y'all who thought we wasn't gonna get past 100 episodes of sex, bitch, we got almost 300 now. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all go check
I'm
that
sorry.
out.
Someone in the YouTube said that you and I are not going to make it until May, so we're going to push through.
Anyways, we're going to leave you guys with a 5-minute bonus clip of our Patreon. Again, go on over to patreon.com/horrible decisions to become a patron. And this has been yet another episode of Horrible Decisions.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
So I did want to get into our vanilla shit because the crazy part about this is everyone assumes it to be a woman. So when you hear this, of course, you're going to think it's a woman. So this comes from the New York Post. A nurse was suspended after stripping off PPE to have sex with a COVID-19 patient.
Oh my God, I remember this. It was a gay dude, right?
It was a dude, bro. A male nurse.
Ass
in
to ass,
Indonesia.
no face. Dick to
I'm
ass.
just
Sorry.
saying. I'm just
He was
saying,
like, you can put it back there.
This what we doing? This what we doing? Maybe that is what he said, bitch.
You can put it back there.
And honestly, to be fair, I told y'all my nigga fucked me in every hole possible while I had COVID, and he maintained negative status. So I don't know how this works. Maybe you can't get it through sex. I don't know. A male nurse in Indonesia has been suspended after admitting that he stripped off his personal protective equipment to have sex in a toilet with a man infected with COVID-19. It is true that there has been a suspected incident of a same-sex relationship between a health worker and a COVID-19 patient at the Wisma Outlet Emergency Hospital. He said the nurse must follow legal processing, the Indonesia expat reported. The incident in Jakarta came to light when the patient boasted about the romp on his Twitter account. All right, now. So the motherfucking COVID patient decided to brag.
Capitol shit. This is that Capitol building shit. You could have just shut the fuck up.
You could have just shut up.
Blech.
You could have just not said nothing. But I ain't gonna hold you. If you got COVID, you in a hospital. I mean, to be fair, we talk about our sexual escapades quite a bit. Would you mention that you bagged a fine ass nurse or doctor and that he came and ate your pussy while you had COVID, I think you and I would maybe brag about something like that.
I would say that, but just maybe I wouldn't say. Oh damn! I guess I would.
See?
No. Okay, so let me say, I probably wouldn't bring up the COVID part because then it's like you look.
No,
dead.
but say you announced COVID and then you talk about when you got tested, how you had to maybe stay in the hospital and you had sex in the hospital. It's literally just, oh, clearly you had sex in the hospital with COVID.
Twitter, like, can we interview them because they're fun?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Do they speak? Well, yeah, Jakarta in Indonesia, they do speak English.
Oh, if you watch 90 Day Fiancé, there's an Indonesian girl that comes and she moves to Wisconsin and she was like, this is very poor. Like, I grew up very rich. And, they like have a really weird English because the accents all come from who you learn English from. Like some people kind of found it like a British, like you're like, what the fuck? It's all how you learn English. Oh yeah, sis was like, this shit poor as fuck. Like they got bread in Jakarta.
Oh yeah, no, they do. It's crazy because when I was living in Singapore, all of the scammer Africans live in Jakarta. So like this, it's also mad Nigerians in Jakarta with mad money. I mean Jakarta, but we found that out because we met the niggas when we was in Bali.
Like, what you doing over there in Indonesia?
Bitch, when I was in fucking Singapore, we flew to Bali for $75, my nigga. Like when you get over there, it's hella cheap to fly. So we went to Bali for Christmas, and that's where we met these Nigerians, and they weren't able to come into Singapore because Singapore is very strict when it comes to Nigerian passport holders. And they was like, yo, Singapore don't let us in because they require like bank statements and shit. And clearly they funds ain't legit, my nigga. So I'm not going to say all Nigerians, but Singapore is fairly... I'm just saying I want to clear that up because it's not all Nigerians, but the scammers. It's the ones that got a problem showing bank statements.
I just wanted to tell you guys really quick. I just had a text come through I would love to read. Hi, Gila. I'm writing you on behalf of your conversation this morning with, I won't say his name. I just wanted to apologize on the behalf of our company. Our production company has never faced something like this. We stand by our BIPOC
oh
partners.
My God.
Your ACH is en route, and I would love to have a discussion regarding how our company would move forward. Please let me know when you're free today for a call. Again, sincerest apologies.
But I ain't even gonna hold you. That email right there bothers me too because now they making it seem like, ooh, we want to make sure she doesn't claim that we're racist over here.
Oh, because I already did on Patreon,
like,
man.
I don't tell you. Yeah, but I don't understand like your need to point out the BIPOC part. Like,
nigga, the BIPOC.
What is the BIPOC code?
Oh, you know what? You know why? Probably because in my email, I said something about it. I said, nobody else was black on the call.
See, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, so I just BIPOC,
nigga. Son, let me tell you something. That shit really is bringing so up the BIPOC. Weird, dude. Like, I hate that shit. It's okay. And a girl on Twitter was saying, because I had asked like a few weeks ago, like, do y'all like that shit?